You have heard 3 threshold moments. In this video, 1 more, the closing arc of the session. Then we move from individual calls to practice, the experienced-MCC calibration test, applied as a working discipline. A closing arc moment from the recording. Then the calibration test, 3 questions you ask of any moment where you find yourself reaching for exceeds. Moment 4, 38:25, the closing arc of the session. The canonical evaluator tags this moment as M4.1 paired with M8.1, acknowledging the client's learning or growth and inviting the client to reflect on what she has learned about herself from the coaching conversation. The threshold call here depends on whether the closure is the coach's or the client's. Listen for who is doing the work in this moment.
Barrier. How do you see that pedestal that we started with?
It seems to be the same height as the floor inside the barrier. It doesn't seem like a climb. It just seems like the floor.
So it seems like you just stepped forward.
I'm on it. There we are.
And you're on it.
Okay, and I'm comfortable because I know who's got my back. Or in theory, right? I know someone has my back.
Yeah.
When nobody else will, they're there.
Oh.
What you just heard. The coach asks, and as you see that expanded barrier, how do you see the pedestal we started with? Then acknowledges, it looks like you took a step out, referring back to the band metaphor, the case for meets. The question links the new barrier image back to the original pedestal image. The acknowledgement names the progress concretely using the client's own metaphor system. The session is closing on the client's terms. The competency is met. The case for exceeds. The coach has held the pedestal image for 38 minutes and now uses it as a measure of what shifted. That is sustained presence across the full session arc, showing up as a single question, the canonical grade. Meets. The closure is partnership-driven and well-anchored, but the question itself is a standard reorientation move, well-placed, not exemplary on its own. The full session arc is the context that makes it work, not the question. Now the test, 3 questions. 1. Would another experienced MCC hearing this in isolation rate it exceeds without hesitation? 2. Can you name the specific evaluator consideration that lifts the moment, and is that consideration genuinely visible in the audio? 3. Did this specific moment carry the artistry alone, or did the accumulated goodwill of the whole session make this moment feel bigger than it is? 3 yeses is exceeds. Hesitation on any one of the 3 is meets. Meets at MCC is mastery, not criticism. The test exists to make the rating defensible, not to make it harder. Question 1 in practice, the isolation test. Strip the moment from the context that came before and after. Imagine an MCC assessor hearing only this single turn, cold, with the statement in view. Would they rate it exceeds? If yes, the moment carries exceeds on its own. If no, the moment is reading as exceeds because of the surrounding context, which is not what the rating measures. The rating measures this turn. Question 2 in practice. The specificity test. Demonstration, artistry, or uniqueness. Which one of the 3? Can you point to the specific signal in the audio? If you can name the consideration and point to the evidence, the rating is defensible. If you cannot, you have a feeling. Question 3 in practice. The moment test. Did this turn carry the artistry alone, or did the accumulated goodwill of the whole session make this moment feel bigger than it is? This is the all bias check. When a session is genuinely strong, every moment in it feels lifted. The test asks whether this specific turn would still feel exceeds if the rest of the session had been ordinary. When you are genuinely unsure, and you will be, bring the moment to peer calibration. Argue both sides aloud. State the case for meets in full. State the case for exceeds in full. The disagreement is where the learning lives. 3 yeses is exceeds. Any hesitation is meets. Meets at MCC is mastery. The test is what makes the rating defensible to another assessor and useful to the candidate you are preparing. In the next unit, the harder developmental call, recognizing below moments at MCC, where mastery stumbles on a single beat.